Hey YouTube, what is going on? It is the Walkthrough King, and today I got a pretty interesting video for you guys. As the title says, this video will help you earn any kill streak you want really easily, and you can earn it multiple times per game. The ball turret is one of the ones that I like using, and I'll also go over a few of the new things that went out in World War II's 1.11 update that went live today. But first, I am going to go into how you can earn the streaks and a little bit about the event, as you earn the streaks by doing the in-game event and completing it before anybody else can. And now what this event is while you're playing through certain game modes, it's only in certain game modes, every so often a message will pop up on the screen that says like something along the lines of an evil leprechaun has been spawned in. And what this means is just exactly that. A evil leprechaun has spawned in. He has green glowing eyes and looks like he's a zombie. And all you have to do to get all your streaks instantly is just go and kill him before anybody else can. You gotta be the person to shoot the final bullet into him to kill him, and you will, just like that, have earned all of your streaks. In the gameplay that I got going on in the background right now, I think I earned the ball turret 2 or 3 times just in this one game, and it is pretty insane. There's never really been an event like this before that has changed the gameplay up this drastically, at least for in pub matches as far as I can remember back. But it's pretty easy to find out where he's at. When the leprechaun spawns in and you see that message, you can hear him spawn in laughing. And then as he's running around the map, he also makes a lot of noise, so you can play it by ear to try and find him. Or also you can pay attention to the mini-map. That's another thing I like doing. I like seeing if there's people just randomly shooting and turning around and sprinting on your team at things where there isn't an enemy over there. As well as you can pay attention to see if there's enemies shooting in spots and showing up on your mini-map where you know there aren't teammates over there. So then you can kind of gauge where he's going to be at and run over there to try and steal the leprechaun kill before anybody else gets it. And all in all, I'm having pretty fun with this update. However, with that being said, this event supposedly lasts like 3 weeks to a month, I believe, and pub matches are going to be destroyed with this if this does last for the entire 3 weeks of the event. I'm not sure if it just lasts for a short period of time or if it's going the entirety of the time, but once people start learning the meta and learning the best streaks to run and the best way to kill them right away, it's going to be pretty hell, I think, in public matches. It already kind of is getting pretty crazy. There's just non-stop streak spam, but it is something different. It is pretty fun so far. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I haven't really played World War II in a while, and this brought me back into the game. And it's pretty cool. When you kill the leprechaun, he explodes into a giant green smoke cloud that has a rainbow coming out of it. You'll see that a couple of times throughout this video. And well, one more thing that I want to talk about that's still on the streak topic before I get into the other general things and the other things that were added in this update is the streaks themselves. So for the streaks, I always like to run the ball turret, as you can get a lot of kills with it depending on the map, and it's just really useful. You can, if you're playing in a squad, you can alert your other squad mates to what's going on down below where people are going to be, as well as continually put them into a specific area and just keep suppressing fire so that your teammates can do the objectives, or even if it's just straight up TDM, you can get those kills to get your victory. So for the second streak that I like running the paratroopers, or if you don't want to run the paratroopers, the bombing run is also another really good one. However, I would say that the paratroopers are better than the bombing run, as you can get a lot of kills with the bombing run, but it only goes through 1, 2, or 3 times. With the paratroopers, there's the possibility that they can be running around the map for quite a while, taking everybody out. But I guess it's all subjective on to which streak you actually like for those out of those two. And for the third streak, there are 2 different ones that you can run that are really good. One is flat cannons. And now if you're running in a squad, I'd recommend at least having one of your squad mates or yourself running flat cannons, as since there's going to be a lot of streak spam in the coming days, and as people realize what this event is, there's going to be a lot of high tier streak spam going on. So with the flat cannons, you can suppress all of that for a good 30 seconds. And if you have multiple people running it in your squad and you're lucky enough to kill the leprechaun, then you can keep the streaks suppressed for quite a while and make it so that you can just keep streak bombing the other team. However, there's also one other good third option, and that is the flamethrower. And now why the flamethrower is a really good option is because it just destroys the leprechaun. And at the time of posting this, the first day the patch went out, it is like this currently, so they might end up changing it, because in my opinion it is extremely overpowered. As you can literally just run up to the leprechaun and kill him with one little burst spray of the fire. And so what you can do is you can run that get one leprechaun so that way you have a flamethrower and save it, and then use your other 2 high tier streaks, and then just every time there's a leprechaun out, keep using the flamethrower to instantly kill him, because the leprechaun does have a little bit of health. He is kind of a bullet sponge, and since he's tiny, he's kind of hard to hit. So if you end up using the flamethrower, you could just run in and spray at him and then just insta-kill him. And then bam, you have 2 high tier streaks. Use those high tier streaks, suppress the enemy team. Another one comes out, rush in with the flamethrower and take him out right away. And you are just going to be winning every single match. So, along with the Leprechaun event that goes on in-game, they also added in a bunch of St. Patrick's Day themed things into zombies. Supposedly, if you do the bowl Easter egg, where you go and deposit some money into each of the bowls in order to get the classic, that now has some St. Patrick's Day things going on with that. Some little effects and whatnot. Nothing like, no major changes. And then there was a lot of new content that was dropped. There was 2 new weapons that were dropped, a bunch of camos, a bunch of uniforms. They brought charms into this game that we saw from Infinite Warfare. And then they also have a bunch of reticles. Now, I like the fact that we are getting weapons quite often. The weapon drops are pretty nice in World War II, as well as how you earn them. I feel it is very fair. If you are into the game and you play it a lot, you'll have a high chance of getting the guns as they come out without even having to spend money on them. With that being said, I do think that they are bloating the loot pool up way too much. For the charms, there's like 50-something charms that they added in. I'm not sure how many uniforms they added in. And the reticles, there's like 20 reticles that they added in, as well as like 20 camos. And I'm just getting kind of worried because we already have like 200-something plus pistol grips and just other bloat items, and it just seems like they're just adding in a ton of items every single update, and I don't really agree with having a ton of items in. We don't really need the loot pool to be insane, and by that I just mean a bunch of items just to be there, just to have the items, to make it so that it takes more to get what you want. For example, with some of these charms, they've added in a lot of doubles to where they'll have one charm that is like a simple item, and then they'll have another version of the charm with slight changes. But that's just my opinion on that. They also added in a remastered version of Shipment called Shipment 1944. So far it is only available for Season Pass holders. However, in a couple of days it will be free for everybody going forward. I think March 16th is when it becomes free for everybody. And then pretty much the rest of the patch notes for this update is just a bunch of bug fixes and changes here and there to different things. This support we have been getting in these past couple of weeks for World War II, though, is really nice. I'm liking all the support and the communication that we have been getting. Yeah, that pretty much covers everything in this update, and it also covers the Leprechaun event that happens in-game. Let me know what you guys think of this Leprechaun event, if it's too OP, if you guys don't like it in public matches, or if it should just be in a specific playlist. And also, let me know what streaks that you guys like running for your 3 streaks. Anyways, I will be posting some footage of Shipment 1944 real soon, as well as I might be posting some gameplay of the 2 new weapons that they added into the game. I also got some topics on Black Ops 4 that I want to talk about, and some interesting things about that I'm going to be posting soon. Anyways, for the rest of this video, I'm just going to let it play out this domination game that I was playing in. As always, I'm the Walkthrough King, and I hope to see you guys at the next one.
Recon airborne. Fritz X-bomb mission underway. Paratroopers descending. Enemy capturing Pearson. WW2 bomber inbound. Dropping incendiary. He is lost. Salvo commenced, clearing the skies. Full turret gunner inbound. leaving the airspace. Paratroopers in the air. Capturing Kaiser. Enemy taking B. Paratroopers descending. Care package descending. Protect the eagle airborne, searching for targets. We carried the day.